I wanted to share a tip that has worked for me in helping maintain friendships in my life. And that is to use various days as an excuse to reach out. So let me give you an example of that. A couple weeks ago was International Women's Day. And so what I did was I reached out to women in my life that have meant anything to me, that have been part of my journey, friends and so forth, mentors, whatever it may be, coworkers, yada, yada, yada. But I reached out to them and essentially said, happy International Women's Day. Just wanted to show some gratitude for you in my life, by saying that and acknowledging that. And that in and of itself is a pretty generic message. Yes, and I'm lucky enough to know many, many great people in my life, and so I kind of went through the various people that I knew and just texted them or reached out to them via DM and so forth. And even though the message itself was generic, as they say, it's the thought that counts, right? Because it's still, at the end of the day, takes me time to literally text everybody, on my phone that I want to reach out to and so forth. But the beautiful thing is too, even though it is that generic, they feel that sort of goodwill for it. And then they respond, because it brightens their day. And that allows us to open up the conversation of hey, how's it going? Any updates, blah, blah. And all those things, right? It's an opportunity to do that. Now, of course, there are things such as birthdays and, New Year's or other holidays, right? Around from Thanksgiving to basically New Year. I try to do that. And yes, it is time and effort, but that is what maintaining friendships is all about. A lot of our friendships fall away because we get too sucked into our own day-to-day lives and things of that nature. But I try very hard to keep this as a part of my life because the people that have meant a lot to me in my life, I don't want to see them go. And even if I don't see them every single day, or if I see them once every few years, that still means something to me, right? And I want to acknowledge that and continue that. And the beautiful part about kind of, at least in the way that I approach it, where I text people, let's say, on Thanksgiving. Well, the good news is, that sort of list then just becomes ingrained in my phone, and I can just kind of go through, scroll, copy, paste, and it becomes easier over time, right? So the first time you do it, it might be a little bit more difficult for the sake that you're trying to think of, oh wait, who should I hit up, blah, blah, blah. And in time, you kind of just create that list naturally. So, I just wanted to share that because it helps me. Again, is it the best way? Is it the only way? No, that's not what I'm saying. But in our adult lives, I think one of the frustrations we all have, and I hear it from my friends, is that, we just lose touch with people, through no one's fault necessarily. But, this is a way to take some ownership for yourself and try to maintain those friendships, in the best way that any of us can. And so I wanted to share that with you in hopes that it helps you out. So, good to use.